when your Lego specials are better than your last released movie. All right, so I guess this counts as a crossover now. And everyone, welcome Joseph Bain, aka the Nintendo reviewer.
Hello, everyone.
He used to do this more often, but then he started focusing on more of his own thing, which is perfectly fine. But happy to have him on today. And we're here to talk about the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. This kind of being like the spiritual sequel slash remake kind of the. Oh, are you there?
I was kind of thinking that same thing.
Like spiritual successor to the original infamous holiday special, which nowadays is kind of lauded as this hilariously terrible thing that exists. And
yeah, because I saw it on Disney Plus.
What
I
would
saw it,
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I saw it on Disney Plus, and I just like that was my first thought because I knew that you were gonna say like some kind of comparison of that holiday special from what, like 40 years ago.
Well,
Because I was like, I clicked on it because I was curious of, is this better than, I know it's a very low bar, but is this better than that special?
I mean, like, you kind of have to talk about the original holiday special when you talk about this newer version, because it's very clearly, very, very clearly inspired by and drawing influence from, because the whole thing, like, they're bringing back Life Day, which was something that was in the original holiday special, and Chewbacca's family, which, from what I can tell, looks like a fairly faithful recreation of the original, minus the weird sex VR thing that was in the original, in the holiday special. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. It's a trip.
I watched the JonTron coverage of it, so
okay, so you're more or less familiar. So on that note, this special is actually kind of fun. I liked it.
I feel like that's something that, because I've seen a lot of these Lego shorts that they've done, like they're obviously computer animated shorts for like Marvel and like Jurassic World. And yeah, I felt like it was easily better than the holiday special. Again, low bar, but it was pretty entertaining to watch. And that just like Lego.
Oh, you kind of froze up there. Oh, can you hear me? There we go. Okay, I lost you there for a second. No, yeah, like that's the kind of thing about this, because like I kind of like this better than the Rise of Skywalker, to be entirely honest. And that, you know, it's fun, it's self-aware, it's like it doesn't take itself too seriously, which in Star Wars I deeply appreciate, because that's my biggest issue with Star Wars, and especially Star Wars fandom nowadays.
Ooh, yeah.
Is the fact that it takes everything that happens in it so goddamn seriously. And this was kind of like, yeah, but what if like Darth Vader fought himself? You know?
Well, that's something that I like about these Lego animated shorts, is that they are parodies of the films, but they're not like trying to, you know, bash on them, like make fun of them like something like South Park would. They're faithful, but they're also that they're kind of turning them on their heads as a way of paying tribute to them. I feel like this definitely did that. Even to, like you said, bringing back Chewbacca's family, like they were satirizing the Christmas special, but even that, they weren't like straight up bashing on it.
No, there's not a cynical bone in this special's body, which, especially nowadays, how easy it is to delve into that. It's something I deeply appreciate. And honestly, like I said, it kind of builds on some of the stuff from Rise of Skywalker that movie didn't do, which to me is just weird. But whatever, like Finn being force sensitive, which is something that was supposed to be in the Rise of Skywalker, but just wasn't.
Yeah.
This one starts out with Rey training Finn to be a Jedi, and then she has to go on this whole time travel journey to learn how to be a proper a teacher and all that. And the way they do that is like, okay, like sure, whatever. They spin a rock and they go into time portals. I'll go with it. It's Star Wars space wizards. Like I care.
Yeah.
It's more like what they do with that, and with the stuff they do, it's pretty fun. And there's some parts I genuinely laughed. There's a part where Darth Vader just runs into himself in the past, and the stormtroopers are like, "What's the protocol for this?" And jokes like that I appreciate. There is a very nice bit of self-awareness in here where it's not playing so down that adults can enjoy it, but it's not taking itself so seriously that it's going to get the mega fans angry about it. Although I'm sure they're going to find something to be angry with.
The Star Wars fans will always find something to be pissed about.
And it just plays on certain dynamics, certain relationships, and just turns them up to a T. Like having Kylo Ren, like this isn't a spoiler by the way, it's in the trailer. Having like Kylo Ren meet Darth Vader, and just like what would happen if that happened? Just make it funny.
I think the parts that made me laugh the most were just how the Emperor was just so petty about everything.
I feel like if there's anything that was cynical about this, I feel like that Emperor was definitely inspired by the robot chicken and Palpatine.
Yeah, I definitely got that vibe.
Because he's just a passive aggressive queen. We're just like, oh, look, it spins both ways, Vader. Do you like my chair? Oh, you can't have it. Stuff like that. No, like, so basic conceit of this, for those wondering what the hell this is even about, is it's Life Day, of course. They're planning, like, I was going to call it Christmas, so I don't have to think about it too hard. Christmas things. Yeah. All the while, Rey is trying to figure out how to be a good Jedi Master for Finn, and she's not sure how to do it, but she finds, like, a thing in a book, in one of the Jedi books, and says that if you go to this place on Life Day, you can do something that, like, unlocks the secrets of the past or whatever. So Rey goes to this place, finds a magic rock that's open time portals that let her go to, like, basically all the highlights of the Star Wars saga up and into the most recent movie. Run to various characters there. Time shenanigans happen. Timey-wimey, all that stuff happens. And then it leads with Palpatine and Vader teaming up with Kylo Ren to try and take over the universe through time travel. It's not a deep, complex plot.
Yeah.
But like anything like Star Wars...
These Lego films never meant to be deep.
No, don't say that to Star Wars fans.
I bet it was Lego, not Star Wars. Calm down, fanboys.
That's a little better. Although I'm sure there'll be some fan like, you don't understand the complexities of this universe, or something like that. You hear people talking about just a fucking Mandalorian like it's the Bible. But
oh yeah,
I'm not here talking about the Mandalorian. But yeah, like I think so. This one definitely plays on the right aspects, which is the characters and just the relationships between them. And when we focus on that, it's a lot of fun. What are your thoughts? I've been doing most of the talking so far.
Well, I liked how they brought in. It was like the highlights of all of the movies, even the Disney sequel trilogy, which I and some others feel like kind of made the prequels look better by comparison. But then they also brought in...
I would say 2 out of 3 are still good.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know what the outlier number 3 is.
I mean, it's not a 2 goddamn hour video on our channel about it. It's longer than the fucking movie. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, I like how they had the highlights, and they even brought in some stuff from like outside of the main series of movies. Like they had that little bit of the Mandalorian where it's like, focusing on Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And then they got back into like all their other films, and then it just kind of exploded into this thing.
I forgot
about the Mandalorian. Froze, man. Yeah. That's a little weird.
No, yeah, like I like those little touches. I like that they brought back the voice cast from the Clone Wars series. I thought that was a nice touch.
It's just oh, so cute.
I like the bit with the clone troopers. I thought that was fun. Always like to see pod racers come back. You know, it's just enough fan service and just enough of its own thing, and it kind of finds a nice kind of sweet balance between the two. Like compared to how easy.
Yeah, I felt like it was fan service, but it wasn't like pandery fan service.
Yeah, exactly. Like it wasn't gratuitous. Well, it kind of was, but it was charming about it.
Yeah.
It's like any of these Lego products where it's like, it's selling a product, but god damn it if it's not doing it well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is on par with like the Lego movie, the Lego Batman movie, but as far as like the Lego movies tend to be a surprise every time. And so it finds a weird balance between like genuinely wanting to be entertaining and funny and kind of have a heart to it all at once, while still being an obvious fan servicey 45-minute short. And finding a balance where neither one overwhelms the other, I thought was actually really well done for something that's basically meant to be a 45-minute cash in.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with what you said that it kind of told a better story than some of the Disney sequels did.
It's definitely more balanced. Or again, I'm
Yeah.
mostly going the Rise of Skywalker. I'm in the Last Jedi is good actually camp, although I'm not even going to get into that because I just don't have 4 hours and I don't have the patience for it
Yeah.
anymore. Uh,
Like, don't open that can of worms.
and I'm in the minority that likes Solo, so um, I know it's a controversial choice, but that for me that was like, hey, remember when Star Wars was fun and it didn't take itself all that seriously, and it was about like space pirates and space wizards? Wasn't that fun? Okay, back to, back to reality.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so yeah, so like for what it is and for what it sets out to do, and the nice little jokes in there, I this was a really good time. I recommend it. Oddly enough.
Yeah. It was actually pretty fun, and like the references that they made were fun, and I think there's maybe only one internet reference I could think of that was made in there, but it didn't feel so forced. It was just because there was that whole debate of the special edition versus the original. Do you want to shoot first?
Oh yeah, like yeah. There's not a lot of pop culture references in there. It's like it's fan servicey references to itself. That very rarely overpower the substance of what's actually happening. Um,
Yeah.
and again, there's surprising amount of arcs in this character. Even Darth Vader has an arc through this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's gonna be some people that get pissy that Rey is the one that kind of teaches Luke Skywalker a couple things, because God forbid.
Hmm.
But for the most part, yeah, no, this like I would have been happy if this was the last movie.
I kind of agree with that because it felt like the last movie, and yeah, it would have been good as like the last movie.
The
But
guys,
I kind of felt like I felt like Rey was actually more likable in this movie than she was in the actual live action films.
again, I'm gonna
I don't
say
know if
two
that's
out of
messed up to
three.
say or not, but
Uh,
yeah. But like for the most part, she seemed more likable here than she did in some of the other ones.
but I do agree. For what it's worth. No, I think and that goes back down to just better writing. I think Rey herself is not a bad character by stretch of imagination. I like Rey as a character. Rise of Skywalker just had no fucking clue what to do with her. Um, I would say like there's still some guidance. There's some interesting things going on with the Force Awakens and Last Jedi, but Rise of Skywalker didn't know what to do with any of its characters. And it's kind of interesting how you can just do how much better you can do with these characters in like 45 minutes if you just have a focus. Because even Finn in like the B plot of a 45-minute special had more to do than he did in the entire 2.5 hours of Rise of Skywalker.
No, he did. He
He
did. He
actually
had a
had
much
purpose.
better arc.
Fucking Rose had more to do in this special than she did the entire Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, even with what they did for the characters of Finn, Rose, and Poe, it felt like they had more to do this time than they did in the original ones. Like, it felt like their dynamic was even better too, for it being like a piece of tribute satire.
Yeah, I mean, like I would say of the three, Poe is probably the busiest in the last movie. Um, doesn't necessarily mean it worked, but he was the busiest. Um,
Yeah,
but at least they felt like they had a concise purpose. This movie knows what it wanted to be, and it knew exactly how long it had to be to get there. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It doesn't overinflate with gimmicky bullshit outside of being Legos.
yeah,
Um, and it does it succinctly and in a way that is good for kids and fun for adults, and I can respect that. Even some of the more adult jokes in there, like I think one of the best jokes in there was Palpatine runs into Kylo Ren, and he basically says like, "You would never betray your master, like throw him down a shaft, would you? Like throw you down a shaft? No.
Oh yeah. And they even have that little clip of like, well, that's not as graphic because it's a Lego, so that it's okay.
The shit you can get away with kids' cartoons.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that. It's those little nuggets of just pure self-awareness, and it's kind of like the same reason I like this is gonna seem totally random, but I have a point. Like Squirrel Girl, the comics, is the fact it's one of the few pieces of like modern media in that medium where it's kind of like, guys, this stuff is kind of silly. Uh, I kind of appreciate that without being condescending about it. And that's a fine line to walk.
Yeah.
But again, considering the
that's a good balance.
like the low expectations
Oh,
of this, the fact is, able to pull that off. It's actually quite impressive.
I feel like had this been done by some other company, it could have ended up pissing off a lot of people.
Like if this is done by like Trey and Matt from South Park, like this would have been just a shit show of just cynical bullshit.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not. Maybe I'm just getting older. Maybe I'm just tired of it. But the older I get, the more tired I am of just that kind of cynical, lazy, put down humor.
I think maybe there's just some media where it works and others where it's just like you want to see more of the jab is more of a loving way instead of a cynical way.
It's also gonna be because it's just 2020 and just you're just been so exhausting that just adding any more negativity just feels like, no, I don't need that. And I feel the way, especially about that Star Wars in particular, because that whole thing is just so rife with just like nightmarish cynicism and tribalism.
Oh
and
yeah,
hate. That is like, we don't need any more of that shit.
Yeah, it's only escalated since Disney bought Star Wars, and then as soon as the first what was it? The first movie, Force Awakens, came out, it's just been like exactly what you described of just that toxic environment of Star Wars fandom.
I mean, Star Wars has always been has kind of always had a terrible fandom. I know it's a controversial opinion, but I was alive when the Emperor Episode 1 came out, and people don't remember this apparently. I guess because we're trying to rewrite history, but people fucking hated it.
Yeah, I probably didn't realize that because I was too young, but yeah, people did hate it.
I mean, it ruined like the actor who played Jar Jar, like got his life destroyed because of Star Wars fans. Jake Lloyd, who played the kid in the Episode 1, just completely ruined his life. Like,
yeah, I heard about what happened to him. That was bad.
So like it's always been bad. Now we just have more like platforms to spread that out, which just makes it worse.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to say is most Star Wars fans are assholes. I'll see you all in the comments.
And watch your sub count goes.
Well, no, like I'm gonna like I just gotta do is make a Brie Larson is bad video, and then I'll go right back up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because apparently all it takes is one. I don't know if I can get away with calling Brie Larson haters angry penises and still maintain a relatively good subscriber count. I can get away with this. Go watch that review. That was like, what was that was that only last year? Holy fuck. Was that 2 years?
Yeah, I think that was last year.
Last year?
Captain Marvel came out.
Oh my god, I don't know anymore. I miss theaters. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got anything else to add about this? I feel like I've said my piece.
Basically, I like how it followed a lot of the Lego formula that I saw with the Marvel and Jurassic World films, where it stayed within its universe, where like it seemed plausible within its universe, but you still knew it was ridiculous enough to the point where it was just having fun with itself. Where like as the time travel just got spiraled out of control, that all these characters are all coming together. It's like, what's happening? What's happening? I don't know. Let's fight.
No, that's a good point. I think I appreciate a lot of those like little quick and you blink and you miss it jokes that kind of pop up. Like early on when Rey pops into the swamps of Dagobah and just her hair falls off, or no, she takes off her hair, rinses it out, and puts it back on.
Oh yeah,
Legos can do. It's like, oh, okay, shit.
Yeah, yeah. There's those little things where it's like I like those little touches, because then it doesn't feel like Lego is just it just happens to be Lego and we're spoofing this Star Wars. It's like they know that they're in a Lego universe, so they kind of just have fun with that too.
Yeah, it kind of runs on its own little internal logic, and you you have to appreciate that. Or like Darth Maul will just show up and he's only half a person. Yeah, anything else you're gonna talk about it?
Let's see. I mean, well, we've beaten the dead horse to death about being better than the holiday special that even George Lucas doesn't want to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see if George Lucas likes this, because I know he's kind of like a love-hate relationship with Star Wars now.
I mean, I've seen some of George Lucas' original ideas. I don't think they would have been better either. I feel like it's like it's lost in the discourse there. He also isn't the person who made the first 3 Star Wars movies good.
But yeah, I feel like it was a lot of fun to watch. I would say maybe too much of a stretch to say it redeemed the holiday special. It's just something to watch instead of the original holiday special.
I feel like the status for the original holiday special has kind of shifted from, oh my god, burn this, every copy of this you can find, to, this is so dumb, I can get high and watch this and laugh. I feel like that's it's the bad movie night of Star Wars.
Well, that's especially true now that more states have legalized pot.
Oh yeah. Something came out of the election.
Yeah.
Other than getting the fascist out, but that's still up in the air.
But yeah, I feel like this was it was a lot of fun to watch. It was kind of stupid humor, but it was fun stupid.
If you're watching something called the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, you're not going there for highbrow humor.
Yeah, no.
Like this isn't fucking Frasier. It's
you're not gonna get that.
You're not gonna get a damn Yankees reference out of nowhere and expect people to get it,
Yeah, that you're gonna get that kind of humor, but it's not going to be so pandery that adults will just cringe.
It's like watching Ren and Stimpy and going, "Oh, why are there so many butt jokes?"
Yeah. It was a fun 45 minutes.
Yeah, short, sweet, worth your time. Good use of Disney Plus. Yeah, like if you're hungry for Star Wars, I recommend it. So I think is there anything else you add, or I can't talk today. I'm tired.
Yeah. I think we've said about all that needs to be said about this.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, so we're still kind of in catch-up mode. We got a bunch of movies still on the list. I'm probably gonna check out over the next few days. There's like The Witches, Mank comes out next week, Hailbilly Elegy, The Christmas Chronicles Part 2, Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey, which I'll probably watch tomorrow, and The Trial of the Chicago 7, which I've been in my queue for a while, and I keep forgetting to watch it, so I want to probably get around to. Otherwise, thanks for dropping by Nintendo Reviewer. If you want to go over to his channel, you can find him at youtube.com/Nintendo Reviewer and check it out. So, all right. You got anything else you want to plug while you're here?
Thank you, Michael, for all your camera work on the Silver Screen Showdown episodes. A lot of fans have even said like, "Oh, this camera work is really good."
Oh, thank you. Oh, cool. By the way, hi, I do the camera work on a lot of the stuff he produces. I also played Fruita Krueger once. That was fun.
Yes, that was fun.
All right. Yep. So go check those out. Good stuff. Thank you for dropping by, Joseph. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys all next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.